All right, welcome back HMC to another push workout. We're going to be doing our horizontal push-pull today. So we're going to make sure that we've got our dumbbells, our bands, about 3 to 5 feet of hazard-free space around you, as well as a water. Making sure we've always got that water on deck, water at the ready. Now that we've got this ready, let's go ahead. Nice and wide with those feet. Let's reach right on up. Great big inhale, exhale, drop it down. One more time, great big inhale all the way up. Exhale, take it to the left. Great big inhale to the right. Inhale back down to center, great big arm circles. Drawing those circles on the wall beside you. Switching directions. Perfect. Drop it down, reaching those arms out nice and wide. Pause here for a moment, then reach right across, hugging that right arm across our bodies. Switching sides, left arm across. Dropping it down, taking those hands, linking them behind our backs. Creating that distance if we need it. Really opening up. Dropping it down, left ear to left shoulder. Go ahead, point that nose towards the floor. If we need a little bit of an extra stretch, take that left hand, place it on your head. Back to center, coming up. Right ear, right shoulder. On the next breath, switching. Nose to the floor. And just to kind of get that heartbeat going a little bit more, let's just go ahead, marching in place, high knees. This will be an upper body workout, but just kind of setting that intention, getting our bodies moving a little bit more. 30 seconds of these. Perfect. Let's go ahead, kick those booties. Whatever we do on one side, we do on the other. It's all about symmetry. 30 seconds, almost done. All right, drop it down, shoulders back. Nice couple shoulder rolls. And let's get right into it. First set, we're gonna grab those bands first. Reaching on over. Tucking those bands right up in behind like the straps of a backpack. And let's go ahead, finding that comfortable resistance. We can either wind the bands or just grip a little bit higher up. Whatever you're most comfortable with. Bringing those elbows up to your side. We're going to go ahead, punching forward, coming back, chest press. I could do a little bit more resistance, choking up if you need it. All the way forward, all the way back, punching through those screens. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, 30-second rest. First working set of our workout today. How did that feel? Making sure those shoulder blades are back and down. You've got that $1 million check. You've got a winning lottery ticket in between those shoulder blades. Setting ourselves back up. If you're doing one foot in front of the other, make sure to switch feet between sets. Elbows come up. Punch that screen. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, take a rest. Shaking it out, checking in on where we're feeling it. Feeling it right here in those pec major muscles. Really right in there, kind of right where a boutonniere would go. Perfect. Bringing those elbows back up. Set number 3, chest press. Let's go. 9, 8. Shoulders back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. There's our first set. We are already through number 1, our chest presses. Next up, we're going to do some chest flies. So we're going to step forward first with our left foot, finding that comfortable resistance. Our bands are still tucked in under those armpits. I've gone and tangled myself up. Here we go. Bands are still right under those armpits. Hands are going to come up. We're going to pitch forward by about 60 degrees. And we're going to come out, all the way out. And resisting that band coming forward, giving ourselves a great big hug. Back out. That's 1 rep. All right, let's go ahead. 10 chest flies on the clock. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, resisting that band, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up straight, shake it out, reset those shoulders. Where did you feel that? Are we feeling it in our pec majors? Making sure that that's where we're feeling things here. Perfect. Let's go ahead. Resetting ourselves here. Switching what foot's in front. Pitching forward. 60 degrees. Hands come out. Pinching together at the top. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. Resisting on the way out. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Dropping it down. We've got 1 more set of these. You got this, mama. Grab that water if you need. If we need a little bit more resistance, you know the drill. Give yourself less slack on the band. If you need less, just unwind it a little bit. All right, stepping forward, left foot. Hugging baby up and in. Winning lottery ticket in between those shoulder blades, okay? Reaching out and in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, standing up nice and tall. Our next movement, we are going to use these bands. So while you grab that water, I'll go ahead and introduce the movement, introduce the setup. We're going to go ahead, pitching forward about 45 degrees, taking those bands underneath the arch of our foot, making sure that we've got a good solid grip. Nothing's going to come snapping back up at us. Finding that comfy resistance, we're going to pitch forward, hugging baby up and in, $1 million check in between those shoulder blades, row it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, stand up straight. Give your body what it needs here, whether it's a stretch, whether it's a thermostat adjust, whether it's a drink of water. 20 more seconds, we'll get right back into it. Another great way to resist and add more resistance here. Step out a little bit wider. You need a little bit less. Feet come together. All right, finding that comfy resistance. Let's pitch forward. Row for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, stand up straight. Give your body what it needs. We've got 1 more of these bent over rows. So I'm grabbing that water, checking in. Where are you feeling this? Are you feeling it in your armpit? Are you feeling it in your traps? We really want to make sure we're feeling it down in those lats. All right, pitch it forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, unhook those feet. You are good to set aside those bands. Doing away with them for now. We're gonna go ahead, grabbing that dumbbell after you've grabbed that water. We're gonna introduce our next movement, which is going to be a bent over mid row. So we're kind of rowing instead of our hands here. We're gonna bring those elbows up. So if you've ever used a T-bar row, or a little bit more similar to just rowing in a rowboat, we're gonna kind of do that motion. So one hand at a time, just while we get used to our form. We're gonna pitch forward, shoulder blades back and down, and hand comes up, just about to ribcage height, full extension. Now that we're familiar with the form, go ahead, bend on forward for me, row for 10, 9, 8, 7, mid row, 6, 5, squeeze at the top, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch hands, left hand for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. Give yourself a 30-second rest. We're going to get right back into it on the right hand. Take what you need. Pat yourself on the back. We are so close. All right, let's go ahead. When you're ready, mama, pitching forward. Right hand comes up, shoulder blades back and down. Rowing just about shoulder height. Three, 2, and 1. Let's switch. Row it out for 10. Keeping ourselves nice and square. We're not letting that weight go too easy. Two, and 1. Stand it up. Reset those shoulders. Give your body what it needs. We've got one more set of this brand new exercise, this mid-height row. Taking a moment here, resetting those shoulders, checking in on our form, checking in on our setup. When you're ready, mama, pitch it forward for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides for 10. Two, and 1. Stand it up. Grab that water. For our next couple movements, we're just going to need that one dumbbell. We're going to do a plate press, that prayer press, if you remember from last time, as well as a new tricep extension. Both of these are only going to require the one dumbbell, so keep those nice and close. 30 seconds here. While you're enjoying the rest of this rest period, I'll go ahead and introduce the form for those of us who aren't familiar. We're going to bring those hands together almost like a prayer position. Dumbbell in between our hands. Shoulder blades back and down. We're pressing out for 10. Super, super, super precise movement. We're not just throwing things around. And we're going to feel it right here in those pec major. All right, when you're ready, mama. Baby up and in. Shoulder blades back and down. Let's press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that rest. Give your body what it needs here. Notice how you're going to feel it in a different part of that pec major compared to our wide grip presses. Every modification of the moment arm, as they call it in physics, is going to alter where we're hitting in that target muscle. All right, 5 seconds, bring it up. Press it out for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Give yourself a second here. We've got a 30-second rest. Then we're going to move on to those accessory muscles, our triceps, our biceps, the gun show. All right, 5 seconds. Get yourself set up. Baby up and in, soft bend in the knees, shoulder blades back and down. Let's press. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that dumbbell down. Bring that water bottle up. Grab a sip of water. We've got a 1-minute rest here. I'm going to go ahead while you're enjoying that water, while you're enjoying the rest period. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our next movement since it is a brand new movement. We're going to be doing a little thing I like to call skull crushers. So if you do have blood pressure challenges, you're going to do this one at a time. If not, we're good to have both hands above the head. We're going to bring up and over, and you're going to bring those elbows, those triceps, as close as you humanly can to your ears. Starting position, arms are bent. We're going to finish her out nice and straight, full lockout, squeezing as hard as we can right in those triceps there. All right, now that we've got that set up, bring them up. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Let's go ahead, give ourselves that rest, check in on where we're feeling it. See if you can get those elbows any closer to your head, as close as humanly possible. That's where we want them. All right, mama, when you're ready, let's go ahead, reaching right on up. Elbows in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, shake it out, reset those shoulders. We've got one more set of these. This is our ticket to the best arms you've ever seen, the strongest arms you've ever seen. We're going to work on those triceps. All right, 5 seconds. Get yourself set up. Elbows as close as you can to that face for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, shake it out. Mama, we've got one more movement here. What would a push-pull workout be without some bicep curls? So grabbing onto that second dumbbell. Shoulder blades are going to go back and down. Show the screen your palms here. And we're going to alternate curl, knuckles to shoulder. So when you're ready, let's go ahead together. Baby's hugged up and in, shoulder blades back and down, alternating curls. 10 on each side. So when we're done on the left, we're done all together. 5, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Last one. Give yourself a 30-second rest here. Remembering that when we're curling, when we're doing anything holding that dumbbell, hold on to that dumbbell for dear life. Helps us improve our grip strength and engage the proper muscles, as well as getting a forearm workout in there as well. 10 seconds here. Give yourself what you need. Grab that water. Reset those shoulders. Palms out. Curl up. 4, 3, Last one. Drop it down. One last set here, making sure that we're not cheating. We're not bringing our body to our dumbbells. The dumbbell is coming to our bodies. Giving ourselves what we need here, taking that time. Letting our bodies metabolize that lactic acid. Working on those accessory push-pull muscles here. Alrighty, when you're ready, palms out, curl up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one. Drop them down. Setting aside those dumbbells. Go ahead, grab that water. I'll meet you right back here on the mat for a cool down. All right, we've made it to the cool down. Let's go ahead, stretch things out, lengthen up all those contracted muscles. Starting first, let's reach out nice and wide. This might even right here be enough to stretch out those pectoralis muscles. If you need a little bit more, lace those hands behind your back. Create that distance, pulling those thumbs away from the small of your back. Hanging out here for a few breaths. Dropping those hands down. Let's go ahead with some shoulder rolls. On our third, let's reset it, palms to the ceiling. On our third roll, let's reset it, palms to our screens. Left ear to left shoulder. On our next breath, let's go ahead, bring our nose to the floor. Next up, chin to chest. Right ear to right shoulder. Then looking down towards the floor. Going ahead, we're going to reach right across our bodies. Hug that right arm. Feeling that stretch of that posterior deltoid, that rear part of our shoulder. Dropping it down, switching sides, reaching over. Dropping it down, stretching out that tricep, reaching up and over, patting ourselves on the back. If you need a boost in the stretch, take that right or that left hand. Switching sides, left hand goes up and over. Patting yourself on the back, giving yourself a boost with the right hand if you need. Dropping it down. And all together, let's just reach right on up, palms to ceiling. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, drop it down. One last time with me. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, drop it down. Thank you so much for joining me for this horizontal push-pull workout. Grab that water. Make sure to give your body what it needs today. We'll see you next time.